Ayan, hello mga mahal kong viewers. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Ate Joy Woods. Nandito po kami ngayon sa asan ba kami? Sa Dells Boat. Ayan, Dells, Wisconsin. Punta na kami. So yan po, ito yung diretso na yan sa tubig. Ganyan yung sinasakyan namin. Ayan. So yan, diretso na kami sa tubig ngayon. I'm so excited. Hindi ko alam kung matatakot ako or hindi. Anyway, I love water anyway.
Then next we got this nice stylish orange light vest here. On our first 76 years of operation, on our 77th this year, we are yet to use these. And I don't want to be the first, but I still have to show you how to use them. All you're going to do is unbuckle it from this clip, unravel it, stick your head straight through that hole, wrap it around your waist, clip it back in that loop. You're ready for a nice stylish float down the Wisconsin River. Now there are 23 adult vests sitting above your heads there, and then 6 children, even though you don't have any children on board. Now folks, once I'm on the trails, I will be getting close to some rocks, cliffs, and trees. So let's keep those arms, legs, pretty much anything you want to keep inside it up here today at all times. So let's also not stand up on today's tour as well. Now the gentleman with the hats on, you. Hold on to those when I say hold on to them, because if they go flying off it up, we'll all just raise their hand and wave that item goodbye. Okay, now can anyone here point out my emergency exits for me? Yep, pretty much anywhere you see, like side to side, front to back. Even up top by this yellow strap, pull real hard, it comes straight down the middle for you. Pretty much anywhere you don't see these steel green beams. On the way you happen to hit one of those, just do me a favor, take a deep breath and try again for me, okay? So now there is hands. Do we have any first-time duck riders on board? Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad they sent you with me, because it's my first time. Alex. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard the original Wisconsin Ducks. My name is Brett here. I will be your tour guide, your pilot, and your alligator wrangler for the next 8.5-mile journey. Half on land, half on water, and if we're lucky, folks, maybe just a tad bit through the air. Now, this tour consists of 3 main parts: Native American legend, Wisconsin Dells history, and the third and final part is some food for thought. That's right, folks, I'll be serving you up some grade A bologna. Now, if you have any questions off on today's tour, just ask my co-pilot Ron here, because I know absolutely nothing. Now, folks, our first point of interest on today's tour are going to be these hand-carved granite statues you see on either side of the duck here. Now, these were on top of the Chicago Board of Trade building till about 1932, and they were redecorated by a stick of dynamite. Now, these statues were bought by the beautiful Miss Helen Round to decorate her home, Don Manor. Now, let's try to keep Miss Round and Don Manor in the back of our minds here today, as they'll be coming up later on in the tour. So what I'm trying to say here is let's not take these statues for granted. You get it? Granted. All right, well, if you guys did not enjoy that joke, you're in for a very long trip, because everyone tells me that's my best joke. Now, folks, a little bit about this quack machine you're on today. It was manufactured back in 1942 in Pontiac, Michigan, at a cost of $10,000. Now, the name of this duck is Captain Dixon. Now, Captain Dixon was used in World War II and the Korean War to transport troops and ammo. So here at the original Wisconsin Ducks, we would personally love to thank all those troops who have served over our country. Got some gobblers. Now, Captain Dixon here is 9 feet tall, 8 feet 2 inches wide, 32 feet long, and weighs in at a slim but slender 7.5 tons. Captain is capable of 6 to 8 knots on water, 45 miles an hour on land. But if you got those hats on today, folks, I recommend you hold it, because I got Captain going about 150 miles an hour right off this cliff.
Would you believe it or not, folks? That was just about 150 right there. Now, did I happen to lose anyone back there? No? Perfect. 1, 2. Good enough. Well, now, folks, if you feel like you're going to be falling off on either side of the dock here today, just do me a favor. Grab that person sitting right next to you and take them with. Because, you know, I'm not required to stop for just one of you. But now, folks, if it's 2 of you, I might think about it.
There we go. The water is right there. Ayan, nandiyan na. Pumunta na kami dyan sa water. Ang ganda. Ayan, first time po. Ayan, so mag-enjoy tayo. Diba? Ang ganda ng mga sa paligid natin.
Alright, if you happen to see any sort of wildlife on the trails here today, just feel free to shout my name out so I can slow down. We can just stare at it for a while. But on the off chance we do not see any sort of wildlife on the trails here today, I'll do the next best thing for you folks. I'll just tell you all about my wildlife. Oh, would you look at that? I do see our first sign of wildlife way off to the left there. Do you guys see it? No? Let's see if I can pull up here. It's real small. I think it's just a baby. You guys see it now? No? It's right here, guys. It's a baby stop sign. Isn't that thing just the cutest? Now, folks, I do have to tell you, there's only 2 of them in the world.
In the world.
Aww, just look at how fast those baby stop signs grow up, folks. Time really does fly. Now, coming up here on the right-hand side of the dock, you're going to notice this big danger sign. That's actually because we're coming up on the most dangerous part of today's tour, known as the S-turns, which us drivers like to take pretty darn fast. So we're actually all now required to ask you to reach under those seats, grab those red safety belts, and clip them around your waist. Nobody looked, alright? Well, they're not there, but if you do want to keep looking, we need all the hands we can get, because we've been looking for 77 years now. Just like that, we are in the beautiful Ferndale. Now, since it's starting to become fall, all those plush green ferns are starting to shrivel up and hibernate. But coming up here, you're going to notice a slight drop in temperature. And there are actually 2 reasons for that. Reason number 1, these trees up above us here create a lush canopy blocking out most of the natural sunlight. And reason number 2 is these big cliffs you see on either side of the dock here, they actually lock in a lot of moisture, creating a natural air conditioner. Now, Ferndale is known to be 6 to 8 degrees cooler than anywhere else in the Wisconsin Dells area. So that must make us some of the coolest people in the Dells. Alright, now folks, I present to you the Pacific Ocean. I know it is a lot smaller in person, but as we head into the Pacific here today, could get a little rocky. So with that left hand brace that seat in front of you, the right hand, lock your nose.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
And just like that, we are officially afloat the Wisconsin River. Now, folks, the Wisconsin River is actually one of the hardest working rivers in the world. It stretches 430 miles diagonally through the state of Wisconsin. It goes through 27 hydroelectric dams, which 2 of them are actually found right here in the Wisconsin Dells area. But now, folks, since I have you looking at the water, it's not that blue tint of water. It's more of a brownish tan. And that's because the Wisconsin River actually goes straight through tamarack swamps. Now, tamarack swamps, they let off tannic acid. And you're saying, Brett, you know acid isn't good, right? But don't worry, folks. It's actually 100% harmless, and we use it in our everyday lives. Like that cup of coffee we had this morning. Or if you're more of a tea person, that cup of tea. Or later on, you go out to dinner and get that ice cold glass of Coca-Cola. It's also in there as well. But my personal favorite, I actually just polished off a bottle before today's tour. Some Jack Daniels. Yeah. I'm just kidding, folks. It was tequila. Now, folks, coming up straight ahead, there's going to be a mushroom-shaped rock here. Now, there is a story behind that mushroom-shaped rock, and that rock is called Pulpits Rock. Now, in the early 1800s, a world-traveling preacher would hold his sermons on top of Pulpits Rock to all the Native Americans down below in their birch bark canoes. Although this preacher was a very long-winded preacher, those Native Americans down below would get very bored, and sooner or later, just fall asleep and float right down the Wisconsin River. Now that made that preacher very upset, so he actually went into town that night looking for some musical help to spice up his sermons. But all he could find, folks, was a baby grand piano. So he brought that baby grand, put it right on top of Pulpits Rock here, but didn't see that thunderstorm rolling in. So when that thunderstorm was right over the top of Pulpits Rock here, a lightning bolt actually came down, striking it right in half, sending that preacher flying across the Wisconsin River into that tree, the green one, and knocked that baby grand right off the side where it is today. Now the leg is propped up on Pulpits Rock there, and the keys are facing right towards our heavens. So everyone see that baby grand right off to the left there? Now, does anyone here believe my story by chance? No? Alright, well, I'm used to it. I can actually still get a few notes out of that baby grand. Played some hard rock by the Rolling Stones. Could be the Hawk's lower beak. The one in the middle could be the Hawk's tongue. And like SpongeBob said, let's stretch that imagination. Just stay a little bit farther. That slit above the top peak there could be the Hawk's eye. And the rock coming straight at us could be the shoulder and wing as it gets ready to soar across the Wisconsin River and hunt for its prey. Now, folks, I did say Hawk's Beak is our most famous rock formation on today's tour, because actually back in 1962, it was featured right on the front cover of Life magazine. Now I sure hope you do like that hawk up there, because it took me about 4.5 months to carve. Folks, if you want to look off to either side of the dump, you'll notice those big cliffs we have been seeing on both sides of the river. Those are actually made out of a rare stone called pop sand sandstone. Now, pop sand sandstone is only found in 4 different places in the world. Pop sand, Germany, where it gets its name. Zurich, Switzerland. Upstate New York, where it's actually found deep underwater. And the 4th and final place, folks, is this beautiful 7.5 mile stretch of the Wisconsin River. Now, back in Ferndale, I did say these cliffs here lock in a lot of moisture and nutrients, That's why you notice those trees growing from the tops or sides with little or no topsoil. Now the tree's roots just bury right into those cliffs. One last thing about this pop sandstone is that it's a very brittle stone, so if I'd rip off a piece for each and every one of you guys, you'd have no problem crumping it up right in the palm of your hand. Coming up here on either side of the dump, you'll notice this pop sandstone. Now this is going to be the best look we get of that sandstone on today's tour. And actually underneath this beautiful bridge right here, geologists say that this sandstone's upwards of 200 million years old. Get soaked. Would you look at that? Refreshing, right?
Hindi ko nakuha na ng video yun.
How'd I do? Good?
Ang bilis kasi pag ano.
Now, folks, if you did happen to get a little bit wet on the entry of Lake Dump here today, just know that this is artificial Lake Dump.
Oh boy, napasa tuloy ako.
Folks, you want to look all the way
Sorry, hindi ko nakuha na ng ano, video. Nashock ako doon kasi biglang ano, tumalon ko.
It's Dawn Manor.
Baroto
We'll
na.
be talking about Dawn Manor once I'm on that side of the lake over there. But the main time,
Nabasa
just
kami
enjoy the
lahat.
beautiful Lake Dump. On such a beautiful afternoon here in the Dells.
Ayan, doon kami nagbagsak. Ay, kaloka. Kaya pala nagtanong. Ay, ang ganda ng mga bahay, oh. Ay, ang ganda ng mga bahay, oh. Beautiful houses right there. And over there. Maraming nag-jet ski po dito. Maraming nag-jet ski. Maingay lang yung ano, sinakyan namin para siyang bus boat. Bus boat po tawag dito. And
let's talk about this beautiful home coming up straight ahead of us here. Well, that home is called Dawn Manor. Now, Dawn Manor was built back in 1855 by Captain Abraham Vanderpool. Now, Mr. Vanderpool is a local war hero and actually a co-signer of the Wisconsin State Constitution. Now, Mr. Vanderpool was close friends with our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. They were such good friends that it's rumored that Mr. Lincoln actually stayed a few nights inside of the bridge up there.
Oh boy.
In reverse.
Very close. It's really close.
This looks so real.
It looks so real.
I actually get paid a lot of dough to sit around here. Maybe a few bucks here and there.
Ayan o.
They're saying, Brett, that is a real deer there. But actually, I put 25 AA batteries in that pump to get it going this morning. And trust me, you do not want to know where I had to put those batteries.
Look at him.
If you want to know, talk to me after the tour.
Hello there.
You guys want to hear my deer call? Yeah.
And cute lang.
Come here, deer. Come here. No. Well. Great
Oh
road.
my God.
Now these trees in here are actually called our dog trees because they're known for its bark.
Beautiful. Ayan, at dito po nagtatapos ang boat tour natin. Ayan, thank you so much everyone. Ayan, don't forget please like, share po and subscribe my YouTube channel po. Ingat po kayo lagi. God bless your family po. Love you all. Love, love, love. Bye-bye.